Hey, Fandomize readers and listeners. I ran into something interesting today that was intriguing to me, and I thought rather than write about it, I would record about it so you could take a look at what I'm looking at the same time. Kindle Worlds, as we've discussed before, is the Amazon sort of fan fiction project where you can uh, get paid to sell your stories that are based on a couple of the different things that they've picked. You can see here the licenses, they're very specific right now. But Vampire Diaries, Forward Saga, Gossip Girl, Valiant Comics, Pretty Little Liars. So they finally opened it up, I think just a day or so ago, to submissions, even though they've been talking about it for a little while. And lo and behold, they're all ready for pages of Vampire Diaries stories. Um, well, 4 pages is exaggerating. I think there's about 12 of them on here. But here's what's interesting about it. Let me scroll down here a little bit. So here's the Kindle World stories. Now, first of all, as you can see, they don't have any Vampire Diaries pictures on the covers because that's one of the interesting things about this. Even though they're licensed through Amazon, you cannot use any of the photos from the show in your covers, which is a little strange. But that's not my big point. Let's take a look. So the first one here we have Vampire Diaries Bound by Blood is by J.R. Rain. Oh, look, there's a picture of him over there. Let's click through. And here's what's interesting. Hang on, I got to move things. Okay, I just moved over the frame. Now, here are the books by J.R. Rain. According to this, he has 77 books, including, look, Zombie Patrol, Vampire for Hire novels. You know what that makes me think of? And I'm not saying this is true, but you know how fanfic writers take their fanfiction and then change up the fanfic elements to turn it into original fic? I feel like J.R. Rain has taken his original fic and fanficked it up in order to submit it for this new Vampire Diaries Kindle Worlds program. Because obviously it was something he already had written because it went up like the first day. And how coincidental that he has these vampire for hire novels. Okay. Let me go back and look a little bit more. Now, the other thing I noticed is something else interesting about the names. Let's take a look. So JR is a guy, Pam, Anita, Alicia, AR, we're going to skip that one. We don't know. And then we have WD, David. We have Joseph. We have Aaron. Justin. LJ could be a guy. Oh, Aaron. Now, at the very risk of sounding very sexist, this is intriguing because we know that the majority of fan fiction is written by women, particularly when you're talking about a romantic vampire show like The Vampire Diaries. But here, almost half of the fiction was written by men. Don't you find that odd? And what makes it even stranger is, again, I feel, well, I don't know, I can't help but feel like Amazon is trying to, what's the word I want to say? Like they didn't want to take a chance that bad fanfic might be uploaded, so they primed the pump with some of their authors. Let's take a look at Aaron Patterson. So Aaron Patterson is the author of 18 novels that are already on Amazon. There was another one. Let's see what this one is. And look at this. This is another author who has quite a few books already published. Interesting. And I know there was another, let's see, maybe it was Trish. And now I'm not saying anything bad about any of these people. Trish has 24 novels, and she writes for Harlequin Romance. Interesting. I was skimming earlier and found that another one was listed as a New York Times best-selling author writing for the Amazon Kindle Worlds program. Now, I have been a published author myself, and I still write fan fiction. So I don't want to be the pot calling the kettle black here. But what I'm saying is This program was sort of aimed at the fanfic writer saying, here's your chance to go out there and show the world what you can do. And yet, most of the people who already have published pieces are professional writers. And I just find that, well, I've already said it, I find it really odd. Here's Forward Saga. Didn't this name looks familiar? I'm thinking from Buffy fandom. And let's take a look at Pretty Little Liars. This is the second most uploaded pieces. And here, okay, well, now here at least we're all women, so that makes sense. Let's pick one of them and see what we've got. Award-winning novels, 7 books already on Amazon. Okay, I guess I've made my point. My point is that doesn't it seem a little bit strange that right out of the gate, published authors are the ones who have their stories up on the Kindle Worlds? Oh, here we go. New York Times, USA Today, best-selling author. And one of her books has been optioned by Starz Network. And she's writing fanfic for Kindle Worlds. I don't know. It's probably not a great conspiracy that I think that it is, or maybe it is. I don't know. What do you think? Again, I think it's a little bit unusual that published authors, particularly one that is a best-selling New York Times bestseller author, is putting up 99-cent fan fiction for sale. And I also do think it's a little strange that so many men are writing right off the bat. What do you think? Tell me if you think there's a great conspiracy here, or I'm completely out of my mind, or I'm being, I don't know, a terrible person by pointing out these things. Whatever. And then also, I'd really like to know if you're going to submit a story to the Kindle Worlds. I'd like to talk with you about it. We're always bringing in podcast guests, and I'd really love to talk with someone who is submitting and what you think of the process, and find out how well it's going for you. Right now, I think only 1 or 2 of these even have a review, so if people have been buying them, they're not reviewing them yet. So we'll have to give it a little bit longer and see how it goes. So that's what I have to say about Amazon Kindle Worlds. Tell me what you have to say in the comment section.